Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Modern Woman Profession. Today we got a nice video. So let's see what it say.
You, there. What is your profession?
We have another text visit today. How do you go about telling someone you're being in 5 years long relationship that you cheated on them during the 5 years? Seeking for advice. First of all, let's shout out to see a woman, the Christian appealing to recent women. The Christian women that's mean they're religious and then they have a spiritual value and then respect themselves. Appealing that's mean that they have a way to treat themselves like dress up wise and then not to sexualize their body. And realistic they don't have unexpected realistic like realistic, like for example to have 300K a year or to have a $4 million pension. So shout out to them. Now let's go deep into relationship. Relationship is something very very serious. It's supposed to be sacred, but since the media come along and a lot of women past lately a few years, they haven't respect the relationship because they feel like they can get away with, for example, with paternity fraud, and then they can have a baby daddy to support them, so that they'll take their vows seriously, especially once they have a kid, they choose the kids and to frame that the narrative that they're the victim, and then paint it that a man is the one that's 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 put them in that situation. They put them on that field where they cannot do anything, and they play the role as a victim. As a man, to protect themselves as often as you can, and as you can tell, for someone in a relationship as a married, if you don't love that person, let them go. That's a first fair trade or fair responsibility to do, because once you have a relationship and then you're married, your partner supposedly suspect you to or give you credit to be with him or her exclusively, not with anyone else. And then once you're being sharing your body with someone else outside the relationship, you feel like the other person feel guilty or violated or feel nasty or dirty because they feel like you're not really pure, and they feel disgusted because they feel like they're impure, and then they're nasty, and then they don't feel like they value themselves, and that's a one way to demoralize a person spiritually and also physically. The person not gonna take the relationship seriously since you break that vow, and also you make a lack of trust and the all other sex. For example, if you've been in a relationship and you find out that person cheat, and then that at the end of the day you are the one that's doing all the work, and then you find out that person cheat, that break a lot of confidence for you the next time you're going out there, and then you're going to have another relationship down the road, which is not fair for both of you, because at the end of the day when you go to the next relationship, you're gonna make that person like pay for the what your ex did to you for the previous year. And then if you don't go to therapy or the serious prayer or forgiveness, so you always gonna be treated, even though you hear the name of that person or you see the faces or anything that's your next relationship gonna be in, and the person that do something, you feel like you're gonna be overprotective, and you're gonna be guard your guard, and you're gonna feel like another reason to break up your next relationship, and so on, and the cycle continue. And then God, if you love somebody, and then tell them straight up point, say I love you, but I don't feel like I want to be in a one time relationship, or only you, I can see someone else whenever, and that person agree with you, okay, go, fine, that's good. But if that person not okay with you, let that person go. But most of the time women always love men that's always cheat, so basically she probably aware of it, and then she's not really letting go, and then she being like, for example, share that person. But the title doesn't say if a guy or a girl, but the title say if they've been in a relationship for 5 years. That 5 years of dishonesty, that's 5 years of discard, or 5 years of misleading, and that person trusts you with their body, their mind, whatever it is, and then you use that as an abuse, as that relationship and that commitment. And for myself, I feel like there's a lot wrong with that. And if you don't have anything wrong with that, that's on you. But me, I respect relationship, I respect marriages, and in a personal bring, for example, on a bad experience. Some people has trauma toward the likely when they're a young teenager, where they see their father or their mother being abused, and they feel like the person that they go around always be a victim, and they feel like they don't want to be that person, so they feel like entitled to do such and such X and Y, so where they can do whatever they please in the relationship, and which is a kind of good because you got freedom to whatever they want, but another way you gotta spread your vow, which is like if you're not um being honest with that person, because when you go there and then have your fling and then go and then lay down for the person, you can bring STDs, you can bring disease, you can bring babies that outside the relationship, and the next thing you know, you got an extended family, and then you be in statistic that the person that have a child out of wedlock, which is a dangerous situation, because now your lineage and your bloodline is gonna be messed up for eternity, and next thing you know, you feel like responsible. And then the point of the matter is, since you break that trust in a relationship, you can never ever put a unit up front between those two people if you have a kids outside the relationship, and if you pay attention to that. And guys, as you know, as a man, you should always protect your mind, protect your body, protect your soul, and then vet that woman properly. And then as women profession, that's women profession, what they do, they vet men for them to they can take the most advantage of that, so they don't feel a relationship as a commitment, they feel like as a retirement plan. So for example, most women, those they with you, and they have their phone at night, texts with the ex or a side person, and if that work, they have their husband work or work husband, and then their friend, they have it for benefit or back burner just in case doesn't go well. Most of the time women go in a relationship with another man that's on their mind just in case that doesn't work out, and most of the time they always go back to that man while the relationship, which is gonna go crazy, because men devoted their body, their mind, and everything, and then that's why when they go to divorce, men pay a heavy price because they devoted all themselves to that relationship for to work, and then women use that as an excuse to penalize the men and then to take most advantage of it, because the men don't want to leave the relationship. And if you like my video, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and
What is your profession?